new here, I'm Erin, and this is the 4th episode of my new Homemaker Mini Series. Last week we chatted about meal planning, and today I want to talk about doing what I call the little work of housekeeping. The little work is about momentum instead of motivation. It's the main way I stave off overstimulation and overwhelm. For me, overstimulation happens when there's a lot of visual clutter or a lot of tasks to do. I've mentioned a few times now the state of things in what I call my previous life, the pre-mom life when I worked full-time. I've even mentioned how my poor mom tried her best to teach me these skills growing up, like clean as you go. But there was a lot I still couldn't manage. When I worked full-time, my husband and I would both come home every night so tired we could barely cook, let alone clean and reset the house. My days looked like this. Waking up at the last possible minute because we weren't sleeping well, grabbing food on the way to work, eating lunch out or having a frozen meal. Sometimes we would have a pot of rice for the week and have beans and rice. Working overtime every night and leaving exhausted, coming home to a sink full of dishes, pulling even more dishes out to eat some sort of dinner off of, adding it to the sink, watching TV until 10:30 or 11, waking up at the last possible minute because I'm not sleeping well. The cycle went on. At some point, the dishes and laundry would stack up too much, with no forks or underwear available for use, and we would clear a weekend to get everything caught up. Then, as life requires the cooking of food and the wearing of clothes, it would all start up again. It took me a while to find this rhythm, as having a newborn isn't a great time to learn anything but crash course parenting, but as I continued decluttering and reducing inventory, the small work became approachable. Again, for me, inventory management had to come first. I couldn't prioritize tasks because all of them were yelling at me to be done. But now the mail has a home, so it's not sitting on the counter all day. I'll talk more about this next week. We keep less dishes in the cabinet, so there physically aren't that many to stack up. I personally own far less clothing and keep my son's clothing simple, so laundry isn't too bad even if it stacks up for a few days. This opens me up to consistent little work, like running the laundry and dishes once a day and being done with it. Sometimes I will run the dishwasher twice if I'm baking or cooking a lot or had a migraine or flare the day before. Currently, I think my kitchen takes me 20 to 30 minutes to fully reset from total disaster. I hear it can be done in 5, but I am certainly not there yet. What you're more likely to see in my kitchen, though, is a mild disaster after each meal. I hand wash or load what I've used as the food is cooking, dry it, and put it away while it's still in my hand, so it's not a job I have to do later when I'm more tired. My goal is to have very little drying on the counter because it just keeps telling me I have more work to do when I want to rest. I did bring the bottle drying rack back down so the high-touch items like sippy cups and reusable pouches have somewhere to live between uses that isn't the counter, and that has been so much better. In my previous life, the dishwasher and sink would both be full, and I would think I needed to purchase more dishes so I would, quote, have enough. My goal now is to not have more dishes in use than my dishwasher can hold. Laundry takes me less than 5 minutes a day, and then putting away probably takes 5 to 10 minutes since I stopped folding some items. And this is my momentum. Little work leads to little work, instead of having to drum up the motivation for bigger work. But here's where the reality check comes in. I'm really not good at this lesson. It's a skill that I'm building, but I don't always manage it. Sometimes my brain tells me this is a bigger task than it is, like the load of laundry in my bedroom as I record this voiceover. It would take me all of 5 minutes to put it away, but my brain has built it up into a much bigger thing. But I also know that even if I get backed up, or I'm down for the count for a few days, my inventory and processes are to a point where it shouldn't take me too long to catch back up, and it's easy if my husband needs to step in on processes I usually handle during his workday. Take the little work gently. Be gentle with yourself. 5 minutes of work is better than no minutes of work, and it's 5 minutes you won't have to do later. Also, be honest with yourself if this is a way that works for you. Maybe you have a good rhythm of doing all the laundry once a week, or dishes every other day. But if you're finding the pile-up overwhelming, maybe consider doing a little bit, a little more often, instead of all of it all at once. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy you're here, and I'll see you again soon.